Hi, this lesson is on how to find the enthalpies of reaction by using enthalpies of formation. Now, I'm going to start off by saying this. What you're seeing in front of you right now, you've already done. This is finding the enthalpies of the reaction by using bond energies. And let me say right now that this has its limitations. One of the things you'll see really quickly is that this is a pretty long process. You need to, as you know, how the bondings are. What does C6H14 really look like? What is O2? Is that a double bond or a single bond? CO2, same thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the general steps that I did here. So what I did is I took two C6H14s, and so I have, if you add them all up, you have 14 CH bonds. So 14 of those things. And then you have 5 CC bonds, 5 of those. And you have 19 O2 bonds, so you have those guys. And then on the other side, you have CO2, which ends up being 24 CO bonds. As you can see, this gets pretty complex pretty quickly. And CO bonds down here is what I want to use. And then 28 OH bonds. So the OH bonds are right here. So all told, added those all up, took my reactants minus my products, and I got this as my answer. As you can see, it's really exothermic. Which makes sense. This is a combustion of something called hexane, which is in gasoline. It's also combustion of a hydrocarbon. Okay, so what we're going to do now is do the same problem, hopefully a little bit more simply. It's going to be called the finding the heats of reaction by, or the enthalpy of reaction by the enthalpies of formation. Now, what you want to use is this standard thermodynamic value sheet. It's called Thermodata in Blackboard. And I just gave a little sample here. I couldn't get the whole thing on here. So what I'm going to do is sort of show you how this whole thing sort of works out. So let's see. The reaction we need to use, or the formula we need to use, is the summation of the products minus the summation of the reactants. Now this is sort of backwards from what we did up there, up for the bond energies, but it makes the units work out, or not the units, but the sign work out for us. So this is what I'm going to do. Now you should probably go along with this with your thermodata worksheet or thermodata chart. But what I did, as I said, okay, I'm going to take 14 H2Os, which is 14 times negative 285.83. I'm going to add to that, again, these are the products, 12 times negative 393.509. Again, these are kilojoules, so I'm not going to put that in because it sort of clogs up the space. This ends up being negative 4001.6 plus a negative 4722.1. All added up, that equals a negative 8723.7. Okay. On the other side, this might get a little tricky as far as space. I'll bring it down here a little bit. So on the reactant side, I have 2 times C6H14, or 2 times negative 198.7, and then plus 19 times, now this is a heat of formation for oxygen. Now basically that is 0 because we already have oxygen all around us. We don't need to form it. So times 0. So whenever you see an element the enthalpy of formation is always 0. And you can look that up and you can confirm that. Now, all told, down here, this is going to be a negative 397.4. Now, so this is what we have. This is this area right here, and this is this. Now, what we're going to do over here is we're going to say, okay, we're going to take our products, negative 8723.7, and subtract our products, our reactants, and that's going to give us a negative 8326.4 kilojoules. Now I want to point out something too really quickly here, is that these aren't exactly the same. So if I took a look at these two things right here, this one and this one, they're not going to be exactly the same. Remember, bond energies is a rough estimate. This is a better number for us. So if I wanted to report what is a heat of reaction for this reaction, I would say it's negative 8326.4 kilojoules. Where I'd put that is right here. Since it is negative, I'm going to add it to the products. So if I wanted to make a thermochemical reaction, that's what I would do. And that's it. Hopefully that makes sense. You'll have a worksheet that goes over 7 more of these for you. At least it gives the answers at the bottom so you can check your work. Good luck with that. Take care.